Your parents saved diligently their whole lives. They played by the rules, cut expenses, and put money away every month. So why does their nest egg, which once looked so impressive on paper, feel so small today? It's not a miscalculation. There's an invisible thief at work, and it's been draining their account year after year for decades. And the worst part? Most people never even see it coming. We're taught from a young age that the safest place for our money is in a savings account. It's tangible. You can see the balance. It doesn't carry the scary risks of the stock market. A dollar is a dollar, right? That number on your bank statement is a hard fact. This belief is the foundation of financial planning for millions of families. It feels responsible, prudent, and secure. But this sense of security is a carefully constructed illusion. The culprit has a name: inflation. It's not a conspiracy, it's an economic reality. And it's the single biggest threat to long-term savings held in cash. Inflation is the slow, steady increase in the price of everything you buy, from groceries and gas to housing and healthcare. As prices rise, the value of each dollar you own goes down. It's a silent tax on your savings, one that you pay every year without ever writing a check. It doesn't steal the dollars themselves, it steals what they can buy. To understand the damage, you have to stop thinking about money and start thinking about purchasing power. Imagine you have a $20 bill. The bill itself doesn't change, but what it can buy does. Decades ago, that $20 might have bought a full tank of gas or a week's worth of groceries. Today, it might get you a sandwich and a coffee. The bill is the same, but its purchasing power has collapsed. Inflation is the measure of how fast your purchasing power is evaporating. It's the real yardstick for your wealth, not the number in your bank account. This isn't just a vague feeling that things are more expensive. It's measured meticulously. Governments track inflation using something called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. Think of it as a massive, standardized shopping list. It includes hundreds of items: food, rent, clothing, transportation, medical care, and more. Economists track the total cost of this basket every month. When the cost of the basket goes up, that's inflation. It's an official acknowledgement that your money is becoming weaker, that you now need more dollars to maintain the same standard of living.
The numbers can feel abstract, so let's make it real. Think about the stories your grandparents tell. Ask them what they paid for their first house or their first new car. Ask them the price of a gallon of milk or a movie ticket when they were young. The amounts will seem impossibly small. They weren't living in a fantasy world. They were living in a world where the dollar had immense power. The nest egg that seemed like a fortune back then could barely cover a down payment on a house today. That's not because they failed to save. It's because the value of each dollar they saved was systematically dismantled.
This brings us to the most critical distinction that most savers miss: nominal value versus real value. Nominal value is the number on the banknote. $100 is $100. It's simple. Real value is what that $100 can actually buy you. It's the nominal value minus the effects of inflation. If you get a 2% raise at work, but inflation is 3%, you are nominally richer, but in real terms, you've taken a pay cut. Your purchasing power has decreased. Savers who focus only on the nominal balance of their account are watching the wrong number, while the one that matters is silently shrinking. So, what about the interest your bank pays you? Isn't that supposed to help? Rarely. For decades, the interest rates on standard savings accounts have often failed to keep up with the average rate of inflation. Let's say your bank pays you 1% interest. If inflation is running at 3%, you are losing 2% of your purchasing power every single year. You see your balance go up, a classic nominal gain, but the real value of your savings is actively falling. You are running on a financial treadmill, and the speed is set just a little too fast.
And this erosion isn't a smooth, predictable decline. Inflation is volatile. Some years it might be low, barely noticeable. In other years, it can spike dramatically, ripping huge chunks out of your savings value in a short period. These sudden bursts of high inflation are what catch savers completely off guard. A lifetime of disciplined saving can see its purchasing power decimated in just a few years of economic turmoil. Relying on cash means you are completely exposed to this unpredictable risk, with no defense against it.
So, what's the takeaway from this financial horror story? It's that saving is not enough. The goal is not just to accumulate dollars, but to preserve and grow your purchasing power. This means your money has to work for you. It must be invested in assets, like stocks or real estate, that have the potential to grow faster than inflation. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about fundamental financial defense. It's about ensuring that the value you create today is still there for you tomorrow. The single most important shift you can make is to stop seeing your wealth as a dollar amount. Start asking a different question, not how many dollars do I have, but what can my money do for me? How much life, how much security, how much freedom can it buy? That is its real value. Once you see your money through the lens of purchasing power, you'll never look at a simple savings account the same way again.